Right.
Because the man has become an elite who has traded the struggle and abandoned the interest of our people.
Are you envious of the kind of cars he has as a lawmaker?
When you use state resources to do those things for yourself, I will be angry. I'm not envious. I'm angry.
I did not hear.
I'm angry.
The folks who say I did not hear his entitlement.
No, they're not his entitlement.
Okay.
That's luxury. And he got most of the money out of double dealing and scheming and legislative manipulation.
Okay.
That's how he made that money. Not necessarily he paid. So I am not envious of Mr. Gray. I'm angry at Mr. Gray.
Okay.
Because as somebody who came from a party that laid the foundation.
People during our time, you got 500 sitting there, and they go with their assigned salaries. Out of where there used to be at least 100 people during our time, you got 500 sitting there, and they go with their assigned salaries out of structure completely. We're going to cut them down. You don't need all of these public corporations. Cut them down. Make sure that the private sector functions. Make sure
because Chukwa is sadistic.
The COP that I'm chairman of will not endorse Alex Cummings to become standard bearer of the CPP. I want all of my supporters to know that. The COP will only endorse Wahai. The COP will only endorse Wahai. There's a reason why.
Go to IB Bank, I borrow money more than 5 times. I live on loans, go to IB Bank, I borrow money more than 5 times. I live on loans, go to IB Bank, I borrow money more than 5 times.
The reason is absolutely simple. I just don't support Alex Cummings for president. All the Cummings supporters in the COP get angry. That is a damn business. You're not my mom or my pa. Stupid fool.
For the first African female president, she was the darling of the world. We could have used that effectively. And that's what I'm talking about. When Nancy Pelosi came there and said, Ellen, you led the world with light Liberia. There was going to be electricity. I was going to exploit all of those things there. There were a lot of things we could have done. I'm not saying that we didn't do, but we could have done much, much more. That's why I'm saying we squandered opportunities. And we could have done more on roads. We could have done more. Even the young people that follow we could have plugged them from behind by training them. They were looking for opportunities. So squander didn't mean squander money necessarily, but when you have a chance to do something and you don't do it well, you squander an opportunity. The people here are quick to misunderstand, but they do it intentionally. I put in all my time, we worked. We could have destroyed these children from behind here. We could have trained them. When we had the opportunity, we could have created a vibrant society. Some of it was done, but what I'm saying is that for the opportunity we had for 12 years, we could have done much, much more. That's what I'm talking about.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. A good afternoon and a pleasant welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Kind. I'm here today up to 6 o'clock. I'm bringing you the Thursday's edition of the program. It is Holy Thursday in the Christian calendar. Easter is here. Ramadan is here. May our faithful people in the country, or whether those in the mosques, or whether the folks in the different churches, may they continue to pray for the motherland, and so that in the supreme interest of the country, Liberia can triumph over too many of the issues, too many of the negative issues we are encountering. Too many things happening in the country, and of course there are a lot more to talk about. By the time we are done with the first phase of the voter registration in Monserrado, Bomi, Cape Mount, Grand Bassa, and the rest of the 7 counties, we are going to be ending on the 9th of April. Voter registration is ongoing, and if you've not done yours, it is important that you take upon yourself the responsibility to abide by this national call for you to be a part of the national electoral process. With too many of the issues, 73 of the lawmakers going back for re-elections, 15 of the senators going back in an attempt to have themselves re-elected. The political feud is becoming more greasy, more politically charged, and Monserrado County is not an exception. In Monserrado, there are a few districts that will be under the spotlight. District number 10, district number 8, district number 7, district number 4, and of course, the almighty district number 9. At 1615, I'm told there are 50 individuals in district number 17 wanting to be lawmaker for that area. And so, with the proliferation of candidates on a daily basis, better still, with the proliferation of aspirants, by the time they are done with their entire process with the National Elections Commission, and they are finally approved, certificated and confirmed, that's when they're going to become candidates. So with the many aspirants popping up across the country, it is becoming an issue of concern. And today we're going to be taking a tour. We're going to be having a stop in district number 8 of Monserrado County, when we will play host to the Honorable Akaras Moses Gray. He's going to be here today to share the afternoon with us, telling us more about what he's involved with. Of recent, he was there at the campus of the University of Liberia. We want to know the aftermath. Join the conversation. We take a few bars of our theme song. By the time we return, we're going to be having words from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia. And subsequently, when we do return, the Honorable, who is already in studio, he just walked in studio with his CDC paraphernalia. He's dressed in his CDC jacket. He's going to be here to answer some of the questions that we have on our files. Let's take our break to be right back.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be saved. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have.
We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. Welcome back to Freedom Radio Liberia. This is Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Kai, and without wasting bulk of the time, we have with us in studio, fresh from the field. According to him, he was busy with the mobilization for the voter registration. Honorable Akaras Moses Gray is currently with us in studio, and it is our honor to welcome him back to Freedom Hub. Good afternoon, Honorable.
Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be here. And let me apologize for the bad quality of my voice because we've been all in the field
Okay.
for the last few days, trying to put people out to go and register, creating necessary awareness.
You're trying to put the people out to register.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Like our message is very clear. It doesn't matter who
You're forcing
want
the
to
people.
support.
You're forcing the people to come out to register.
We are encouraging them.
Okay.
And it's a normal thing for me to do.
Okay.
That's my people in my district.
Uh-huh.
So we moving about from community to community to ensure that our people turn out in their numbers and in their mass, and also encourage them to remain within the territorial confine of District Number 8 to register and don't leave. Especially, we don't want them to endanger their lives.
Okay.
So if you get to rural Liberia and people don't know you, and they've not seen you, I said, be shocked. It's a dangerous thing. So encourage join, not only that, and we just encourage our people to Liberia to register and make a decision come 2023.
You're trying to discourage trucking. Are you not involved with voter trucking?
No.
There is this thing that most of you who are lawmakers are the ones championing the voter trucking.
No, I think it's a widespread wildcat allegation
Okay.
against lawmakers.
Mhm.
Okay, and for me, I will always tell people, even if my opponents will chalk people in, I'm very optimistic that those that will chalk in are supporters across the country for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not just an Akaras Gray from District Number 8. I cut across the country. In fact, every district I go to, people are very excited and amused to see Akaras Gray. Akaras Gray is a palatable political consensus meal across the country.
So you think if when people
It's at their own detriment.
those who will be struck with
But
voter
I've said something is at their own detriment.
Okay.
And you see those who want to allow themselves, for example, or the district Number 8 to leave. That means they don't want to support Akaras Gray.
Okay.
So it's an added advantage for me also.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So basically, we're gonna go to all of those areas, but it's good that we are starting on the issue of voter registration. Now, let's proceed. There are folks who are of the belief that there should be an extension to the process. Where do you stand on it?
I'll hold all comments on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hold all comments and I'll follow the position. Once the CDC has a position,
Okay.
or has taken a position, that would be my position.
Mhm.
But one thing I can show you
Mhm.
is that in District Number 8, I don't speak for the rest of the district. The people are turning up
Okay.
in their numbers. In fact, one or two persons who I met up with today, that were a little bit reluctant, I encouraged them and they were excited. Some of them just want to see that lawmaker reaching out to them.
Okay.
So I will encourage all our lawmakers and all our opinion leaders
Mhm.
in the very electoral districts across the country to move out and encourage their people to go and vote or register. Yeah, you are shocked. I met a girl who said, that's why I don't want to register.
Okay.
I just tap her and I say, you will register. And she laughs and says, I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Okay.
So sometimes it's just a matter of just reaching out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's the matter of reaching out. Your district is the home to too many of our prestigious offices, schools, and you would name it. You are the custodian of the University of Liberia. Of recent, the situation there was not too good for the media. What led you to go to the campus?
I'll always say this.
Do you always do lunch on the university?
No, I'll always say this to you.
Uh-huh.
I usually move across the district. I decided to sit where I will sit.
Mhm.
Okay, one is a public space.
Okay.
Okay, and what I protect, I've said, and I've had no regret. In fact, the last time I was on your station on the same subject matter, I've had no regret. Once my constitutional rights are protected,
Mhm.
Once I'm doing things within the confine of the laws
Mhm.
and the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia,
Okay.
an oath that I took
Mhm.
in the month of January twice,
Mhm.
in 2012 in 2018.
Okay.
I have no regret, and I don't see expediency superseding the law in that direction.
When was the last
So
time
I've seen people argued expediency,
uh-huh.
but I argue the Constitution.
You argue the
So
Constitution?
yeah, that is not the constitutionality of our rights under the carpet.
There was a situation that triggered your decision to move on the campus. Were you forced to,
No, there was no situation. Let me be frank with you.
It's out of your political party.
No, it was not the situation.
Aloysius Howard was chased out of the campus, and many folks felt you went there in retaliation to what was
No,
done to Howard.
no. The vice president was insulted.
Okay.
I saw that.
That is in addition.
Yeah, no, but I wasn't in the country when the situation happened with Aloysius. I didn't even know.
Okay.
I didn't see it. When I have hundreds of students and friends at the University of Liberia. I have students at the University of Liberia.
Okay.
So once the awareness, the voter awareness, the voter registration awareness jump started. Okay, they said, "Oh, you can come and sit. We have a lunch together in the student center or the cafeteria."
You're honest about that?
I'm very honest.
Okay.
Okay. And then maybe we can even buy some of the food that the other disadvantaged women will sell across. And we're going to be able to talk to cross-sectional students who will bring some of our friends and we'll sit and you can explain yourself to them, all of those things. So more like a meet and greet lunch. Yeah, that was more about that. So when we posted it and then later on, how people talking, oh, Elisha went there and they hit. I didn't even know. Okay, I saw the video.
So when you knew, why didn't you change?
I couldn't change my mind. I've made a decision.
There were signs of tension building up.
Excuse me. My constitutional decision is irreversible.
Okay.
And I want people to say to me,
even when there were signs of possible, friction.
It should not.
Why?
Why? Because people must learn how to respect the laws.
And you are the leader who is supposed to play the leadership role here.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I play the leadership role. And what's the leadership role?
You saw
the leadership role is to stay on the side of the law.
Okay.
That's the leadership role. And I've always told people, if somebody has a nerve, for example, or people have calluses in their hand, in the day, people should be more concerned about taking the calluses and nerves in their hand than concerned about innocent passerby. Okay. No, you should be concerned about that.
So even when the process of doing so will endanger the very passerby, will you still go ahead in doing it?
I'm not just one of those ordinary passerbys.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying to you that there is a need. Okay. Like I've said, and I want to be very clear. Yeah, the last morning after I visited university campus, I came on your program. One morning I said, in District 8 will not be like District number 10.
Okay.
And there will be no state within a state. Okay, just day before yesterday, we went out and some of the boys behind me got attacked around 7 o'clock in the night. And I told them, you cannot retaliate. And I've said to everyone that walked behind me, or all of my supporters, let me be on record today, that even if you are attacked, say you are extremely cornered to come under self-defense, okay, don't yield to provocation.
Okay.
Don't go where other people are marching or creating awareness. You have nothing to do that. If you create any provocation and because you think that you know me, I will never go to the police station to release you. Because we want to set a kind of a precedent that this district cannot yield to any act of violence. I've been very clear about that. I remember the Louis Brown scenario I said on your program. When the parents from Raspin Valley and the leadership met me, I told them they deserve to be behind bars until they got through the due process of law.
Okay.
I'm very clear about that. And so it means that the other people should not do vice versa also. So we just got to keep and protect the peace of this country. Nowhere in this country somebody must stand with knife or stand with cutlasses or stone and defy others from walking freely. Okay, where your rights stop is where other people's rights begin. We have to respect that.
Will you go back to the campus anytime soon?
Obviously, I will go there. Look, let me tell you this, because a lot of people have been talking to me, so I've not. But it's at my disadvantage, in fact, because that's a voter registration center. One thing you must know: there are other candidates, other aspirants. I mean, I don't want to say candidates. We've been going on the university. I've been encouraging people to register right there. Okay. But because people like you, maybe a lot of people say, "Oh, don't go there now," So I did not. It's at my disadvantage. So it's part of my constituency. So we go into election, for example, October will be election. I think maybe campaign starts. I don't know, July, August, or when they will announce official campaign. It's part of the terrain that we must campaign. We must go there to plan for votes. Okay. So nobody can stop me from going across the territorial confines of District number 8. The only area I may not venture when it's a private area and maybe teachers, the school authorities say, you cannot come here. Or maybe private home, you say, you cannot enter my yard. I have no right to enter your yard. I have no right to pull flyers on your fence.
But once it
Okay.
is a public
It's a
entity,
public area, it's public space, for example, like the rule, for example,
uh-huh.
that we walk on, for example, nobody can prevent another person from going there. The university authority, the first statement they issued, they were very clear about the university not just being used by students, but other people, and people have the rights. They're on record for that. And I mean, when I read the first statement
Mhm.
before I visited the University of Liberia campus.
Mhm.
So we got to be very clear. And let us not create a situation like we are against students of the University of Liberia. In fact, I don't know who has more students at the university than I have, maybe besides the president of the Republic of Liberia. Not only that, but also, okay,
Mhm.
I've been honored by also the University of Liberia Student Union. They've honored me. The certificate, I mean, I contributed immensely when they were paying tuitions at the University of Liberia. I'm a graduate of the University of Liberia, December 19, 2001, with ID number, like I said, 2TD89TD.
Okay.
Okay, so in fact, it's part of my district. I'm one of those who stood tall.
Mhm.
But the president made the pronouncement that they have free tuition
Okay.
from the University of Liberia campus. We drove straight with the president.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and we sat with this on calculations. I was excited about that. Very excited that it would have been tuition free.
Mhm.
I was excited about, for example, when the finance minister and my our former minister of state,
Mhm.
went to look at the level of development, the renovation that was ongoing. I have been excited about that because this university, main campus, is in my district.
Okay.
Okay, so in fact, I have more authority. So I would say that there would not be a state within the state. I'm excited now that officials of government
Mhm.
do go on the campus of the University of Liberia on ham,
Mhm.
not J, not Boo, not Stone. I can understand some students would disagree.
So you
if
think
it were Boo.
you succeeded?
I don't want to say I succeeded.
Okay.
I think it's a win for the peace and security of our country.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not about me.
Mhm.
I didn't go there to prove any points. That's why I didn't go after any student. Okay.
The VR process is on. Citizens are getting registered. You are just from the field mobilizing the people. Where do you stand? In District 17, for example, there are a little over 60 aspirants wanting to unseat your colleague, Honorable Henson Kazulu. There are folks in your district who, I mean, on a daily basis, we see people popping up, to have you replaced. What are your chances at about this?
No,
this
for me,
moment?
is the democratic rights. That's why, in fact,
Mhm.
on public record, when people argue that registration fees should go up as far as United States dollars,
Mhm.
okay, I stood on the ground of the legislature, okay, and disagree publicly. I even went on OKFM and disagree. I said when we went at the Capitol building,
Mhm.
it was $500 for representative and $700 for senator.
Okay.
I thought it would be unfair. There are people that may not have money, but they have strong leadership ability.
Mhm.
Should you deprive them for political on the doctrine of political participation? We cannot deprive them because there have been a crisis of political participation in our country.
Mhm.
Do we want that crisis to persist because we have money today, for example,
Mhm.
to pay $5,000 or $7,000 United Dollars?
Did you
And this-
did you actually make the points you're making?
Very, very clear.
Okay.
No, very clear. Your reporters are there. Very clear. In fact, I went on OKF and this is a public record.
Mhm.
I disagree vehemently
Okay.
with my colleagues Rachel Kuhn and other people. And today, at least we are at where we are.
Mhm.
So it's not the 5,000,
So
the
what
7,000
is the
anymore.
current fee?
So the current fee, I think it's the same 5 or 700 or not something down there. I can't call on it.
Something
But it's
around
like
750 the last time I checked.
Yeah,
for
okay.
for
So
representative.
yeah.
So 500 for representative, 750.
Yeah. So it
senators.
doesn't cross. It doesn't cross what we have when we came.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't cross that.
Okay.
So we've been very clear. So if we came on that
Mhm.
platform, we must maintain that platform, in my opinion. Maybe if the population makes a determination in the future,
Mhm.
okay, we've kind of strong. I'm not talking. I know we making some gains,
Mhm.
some other economic standing, then we can make a change.
Okay.
But I welcome people participating.
Mhm.
I'm a born competitor. I never got anything on silver platter in the political arena of my lifetime.
There are
Not even in the academic arena
okay.
or social arena
There are
or
more.
economic arena.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I've always fought for everything. So I'm a born fighter. I'm a competitor.
Okay.
I don't shy away from battles.
So you have no issues with over 7 to 10 individuals.
Even if they combine forces
Okay.
and they come with a candidate
Mhm.
against me, they will still be defeated. I enjoy the confidence of the mass-based supporters of District Number 8. In fact, the people believe that those who are competing,
Uh-huh.
I call them political participants in the process.
Okay.
But those who are competing,
Mhm.
the masses believe that there is a need to maintain me in terms of my standing.
You think
Okay,
so?
in terms of my not just articulation,
Okay.
but in terms of my banding duty
You think
at the legislature.
you think that's a decision of the people?
One of the candidates came here and confirmed that. One of the aspirants, will be aspirant,
Mhm.
came here and confirmed that my presence in the race it presupposes that victory is certain.
Okay.
Yeah, that means speaking now.
Mhm.
I'm just restating
Mhm.
Somebody you interview who said
Mhm.
that my presence in the race amongst the candidate.
Mhm.
Though I felt a little bit bad when you said to the rest of the people, not me, and you said they were cheering.
Mhm.
And those are people that you should be collaborating with. And I thought all of them would gang up against me. But when you begin to fight among yourself, then it shows that victory is stronger than what it is today.
All of these people going against you have the same manifesto, especially they are concerned about your performance. They think you're doing nothing. They think you're living in luxury. You know, for example, this is one of the most recent aspirants, you know, that we had on the platform. This is what he had to say about you, Honorable Gray. In their opinion, this is one of the reasons why you're going to be rejected by the people for your
One of
bid.
Carol's great cars can give scholarship to all the CDC poultry in district. He has 3 Mercedes Benz, 1 Chevrolet Tahoe, or swimming pool at the top of his home.
Why are you
marriage in Paris for money $200,000.
Why are you listing?
I'm listing these
Why?
things because the man has become an elite who has tried to struggle and abandoned the interest of our people.
Are you envious of the kind of cars he has as a lawmaker?
When you use state resources to do those things for yourself,
Mhm.
I will be angry. I'm not envious. I'm angry.
I did not hear
I'm angry.
the folks who say I didn't hear his entitlement.
No, they're not his entire.
Okay.
That's luxury. And
Okay.
he got most of the money out of double dealing and scheming and legislative manipulation.
Okay.
But how he made that money, not necessarily he paid. So I am not envious of Mr. Gray. I'm angry at Mr. Gray.
Okay.
Because as somebody who came from a party that laid the foundation.
So he's of the opinion that the very
Wait, where's that?
that's Honorable Rufus Newville. So he's of the opinion that the very impression he's having about you is the same thing the people of the district are having about your performance.
It's unfortunate. Former representative Nouvelle, in fact, they drove the standing legislation
Mhm.
for lawmakers to own vehicles every 3 years.
Before we go there, do you own 3
no, but
Mercedes
hold on. Let
Benz?
me come there.
Okay.
Let me come there.
Mhm.
Okay, there's a standing order that they carved that after every 3 years,
Mhm.
a lawmaker will own a vehicle after every 3 years.
Okay.
I've been there. For like, in terms of the 3 years, it's like 410.
Mhm.
4. So it means that I should own 4 vehicles.
Okay.
By the standing order they carve. You understand what I'm saying?
Is it,
Yes,
is it
so-
about who carved the orders or
No, but hold on now.
Uh-huh,
Hold on.
uh-huh.
The money doesn't come in isolation.
Mhm.
The money is legislated like the way they legislated. Okay,
Mhm.
so it presupposes that Representative Nouvelle was there for 6 years, for 2 years twice,
Mhm.
and got a Grand Cherokee that was the most expensive car ever in Liberia.
okay?
Okay, it's not a debate. He accepted it. Okay, when the crowd started buying, he packed it and let us it. The Grand Cherokee.
Mm.
That was the most expensive car in Liberia that he was riding. So as deception 2, he stayed there for 6 years. He got 2 other cars on the account of government of the Republic of Liberia. He made a decision on the vehicles he wanted to ride.
Mhm.
Okay, I made a decision. I got a Tau on
Okay.
one occasion. I got a Nissan Patrol,
Mhm.
and I got 2 separate Mercedes Benz F4. So for,
why
for,
you
for
doing
12 years.
why you doing all these cars when your district is right in Central Monrovia?
No, but it's not a debate. It's like asking Yeke Cordoba what he doing with all those 2 cars when a district right in Monrovia.
You are not Yeke.
No, the law,
Yeke
the
is
law,
not from
the
your
law, the,
party.
the law is not selective.
Okay.
No, we got to be very clear. It's not about party business we're discussing here.
Yeke is
No, we're
not,
discussing the legislature.
Yeke is not from a grassroots political
No,
party.
no.
You are
Can you
you
all
are,
the parties they are grassroots to some extent.
Okay.
Let us be very clear.
but CDC always
No,
pride
no.
themselves to be the grassroots
But-
political
but-
movement.
But you want to be very clear. Let's sit here now.
Uh-huh.
Let's be clear.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to be like Darius. They don't want to say when I accept a car and take off $56,000 car. I don't make those kind of commitments to people.
Mhm.
So the fact of the matter here is that all of the cars we own or
Mhm.
we had
Mhm.
Okay, we had him legitimately by the standing order of Representative Rufus Nouvelle.
Okay.
Yeah, he talked about marriage.
Mhm.
It's unfortunate.
You left the
You
people
remember,
here.
excuse me, you
Uh-huh.
remember when Representative Nouvelle was the head of the protocol office,
Mhm.
Republic of Liberia,
Mhm.
and President Salif talking to the United States of America. He left the president in the hotel, absconded, went and got married. Okay, predicated upon that, when the president returned to Liberia, in fact, she was looking for him in America.
Mhm.
They have called the protocol officer, and he was nowhere to have been found. And the president is busy. So for somebody to argue about getting married, bro, it's like cool in your eye.
So you do you so so you did the same thing.
But
you did.
excuse me now, it's like cool in your eye.
Mhm.
Okay, I
Mhm.
did mine different way, but it's like cool in your eye,
Uh-huh.
and you are dismissed for your action.
Okay.
Because why? You neglected a national duty. That's the difference.
Is
The
it
difference here is that
uh-huh
he neglected a national
duty?
duty.
Okay.
That's what we should look at.
Mhm.
So when somebody talk about living in luxury,
Why didn't you get
For
married
example,
in your district?
marry in my district,
That's the concern.
it doesn't matter. I don't care about what Rufus Nouvelle think about.
Okay.
It's not my business. I don't care about that. In fact, I never responded to a Rufus Nouvelle who has no stake in the district since he got defeated with. Okay. I remember 2011 he came fifth.
Okay.
Yeah, the incumbent
Mhm.
came fifth in the district.
Okay.
Had I not participated, Rufus Peter from Welwyn community,
Mhm.
from the Basso community belt, who have won Rufus Nouvelle drastically and dramatically because the CCC children are gone behind. In fact, the simple reason why he didn't run on the party ticket, I think people need to know this. Okay.
We're going to go to all of those
No,
issues.
no, hold on. I'm
Uh-huh.
just saying this. There's a simple reason.
Mhm.
Because the first thing first is that I don't want to do it on discussing him no much.
Mhm.
You know, I even
And that's what I wanted
I even sent him a message when the first time he went on air.
Mhm.
And I told him my interest is not in discussing you. You disrespected the standard bearer of the party. You didn't understand that you disrespected your colleagues. Okay, after you send people on the party ground to cause chaos, insult the then chairman, the late Geraldine Doe Sharif, Senator Geraldine Doe Sharif,
Mhm.
bam off the standard bearer of the party by then, Ambassador Weah.
Mhm.
Okay, and your colleague brought you and told you to apologize, and you said you brought numbers to the party, and you will not apologize to the party executive. No, we apologize to the standard bearer. So your colleagues led by Edward Ford, okay, Representative Edward Ford, by then took by mobile former Deputy Speaker
Mhm.
Thomas Fala. They're talking from the chairmanship, or because he was the CCC legislative caucus chairman in the House.
Okay.
They're talking out, and then he says he's not going to apologize. He brought numbers and challenged the authority,
Mhm.
so he got suspended because of deviant behavior.
From the CDC.
Yeah, he got suspended because of deviant behavior until he will apologize,
Mhm.
and he refused to apologize.
Okay.
That's how. Let me say, I wasn't thinking about wanting to run, and I would tell Ambassador Weah, like people say, "Oh, you like George Weah?" You stand. Ambassador Weah was very clear about that, and he said, "Kairos, I want you to run because I think you can make a stronger representation," and he encouraged me to run.
Okay.
Okay. So I owe it to the CDC. I owe it to Liberia. I owe it to the CDC. I owe it to him.
Okay.
I owe it to the people of District 8 Montserrat County because I had not come into the race.
Mhm.
Trust me, the CDC would not have won District 8 because Rufus was dead in Christian and don't failure. He was out. He came fifth to manifest that. He didn't even come a struggling tier, but fifth in 2011 elections.
We're going to go to some of the things he said. Although this show is not
No,
about
I don't want-
responding, it's
yeah.
not about responding to him.
To be frank, yeah, you can say something,
but there are folks from the district who are of the opinion that you've done your 12 years. By the time we're somewhere around October, you must have been at the level of completing your 12 years as a lawmaker of the district. They think you've done little.
Is there
to warrant an extension?
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Is when people want the same position you want,
Mhm.
don't expect them to pray. Don't never expect them to say to blow your trumpet.
Sometimes,
no one.
sometimes they'll
No,
be
no,
saying
no,
the
no,
truth.
no. No one does that.
Okay.
Okay. Look,
Uh-huh.
I've been in opposition before. I know exactly what I'm saying. People are in opposition today. Do they praise President Weah? They don't praise President Weah, but the voters will make that determination. I can assure you, I can guarantee you
Mhm.
that we'll win landslide.
The people think there is nothing they can
Yes,
point to.
some people think.
Okay.
Some people think.
Okay.
Okay. For example, the past lawmakers were there for many years. I've seen the bill that he sponsored. I'm not saying co-sponsor. I'm not just saying sponsor, but you sponsor and pass
Mhm.
into law.
Mhm.
In 6 years, I've succeeded in ensuring that nothing less than 2 to 3 bills have been passed and sponsored by me
Not,
in my first 6 years.
not less than 3 in your first 6 years.
Yes,
Okay.
nothing less than that.
You want to give us references?
Okay, let me just give you 2 quick references.
Mhm.
The code of conduct.
The code of conduct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, the issue on nepotism.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it all falls in the code
No,
of
excuse me, it was a bill that was submitted.
Okay.
And because of the drastic and the mean fight against it
Mhm.
by the administration, because Ellen had our children in strategic position,
Mhm.
we insisted that those provisions will be placed within, because submitted an extra bill on that. That will
Okay.
be placed within the code of conduct to fulfill Article 90C.
Mhm.
I mean, yes, of the Liberian Constitution. Because
Okay.
I think that's a provision of our calls for the legislature to enact law on doing away with nepotism, for example, tribalism,
Mhm.
etc.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so there's not a debate. In fact, when we passed the creation of the National Children's Hospital in the House of Representatives, it went to the Senate, and that's where it got stuck in the Senate because the Japanese Children War was at JFK. Okay, and Ellen and her cronies were using that Japanese Children War. They didn't want a national children. And in fact, besides that, not that they didn't want it, they didn't want Akaris to take the glory.
Mhm.
Because when they asked where we'll be, I said we'll be right here to maternity center because we have the facility.
Mhm.
Okay, we just need to renovate and maybe extend it.
Mhm.
We don't need to build a new facility.
Mhm.
Okay, guess what? They lobbied in the Senate and stuck it
Okay.
within the Liberian Senate.
Mhm.
So we can go on and on and on and on. Even the Bill of Patient Rights, for example.
Mhm.
Okay, I introduced that. So the Democratic Sustainability Act, for example, the both houses pass it. We pass it in the Senate. We pass it in, I think in the House of Representatives, we pass it. The
Mhm.
Senate agreed and concord,
Mhm.
and they got stuck out there because people felt that the CDC was in opposition. And as the second party, maybe they would have benefited some resources, and they have more lawmakers that have benefited some resources. So I see some of my colleagues talking about it now since they are in opposition.
Mhm.
So yeah, imagine a bill passed 2 houses at the end of the day instead of being sent for signature, got stuck out there. So I just talking about my first stand.
Mhm.
I'm not debating the issues, the executions that I've carried,
Then
the
came,
advocacy, the
Mhm.
motions that I've raised, for example, in the legislative floor,
Mhm.
the stance that I've taken in the legislature, those are unprecedented stance.
so then came the second term where you now have your government in power, at least no political party in power fighting.
But let me say this to you.
Uh-huh.
When today Liberians across the world can boast of the maintenance of their citizenship through a sponsor bill,
Mhm.
once a Liberian, always a Liberian, are the chief sponsor of that bill.
Okay.
It's passed and signed,
The dual citizenship.
yeah, by the president
bill.
of the, you call it dual citizenship.
Mhm.
I mean, repealing the alien naturalization law and making amendments to those laws. It was led by Representative Gray.
Okay.
So it's not a debate about that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Even the issue of the national tourism bill.
Okay.
Okay. We passed that in the House.
So
of
what's the
Representatives.
status of that one?
The status of it is to go to the president, and we're waiting for the Senate to do what they can do appropriately
Mhm.
on that.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the status of that. Okay, I've co-sponsored besides that many bills, uncountable bills, the creation of some public colleges,
Mhm.
for example, like I know the Johnsonville Community College that was sponsored, lead sponsor
Mhm.
by Colonel Jimmy Smith.
Okay.
Okay, I'm the immediate co-sponsor of that bill. I also co-sponsor the drugs law that Gosua.
Mhm.
Okay,
Honorable
from
Thomas
Gosua.
Gosua.
Yeah, from Grand Bassa County.
Mhm.
So I've taken significant stands. I'm just naming the very popular and very extremely acceptable bills that you're talking about. I fulfilled provisions of the Constitution
Mhm.
in terms of the Code of Conduct and nepotism
Okay.
since 1986. So my stance at the legislature,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm.
is undaunted. It's not a debate about that. Okay.
Mhm.
So when you talk about somebody who stand, for example, when I boycotted the State of the Nation address, it was in the supreme interest of the University of Liberia in terms of budgetary increment, not only that in terms of some of the welfare, some of those things that we did.
Mhm.
Okay. I took a stance and I boycotted the State of the Nation address in a resounding manner. Okay. I didn't put people into the street to protest.
Mhm.
Okay. I took a stance. For example, what the president made a pronouncement on in terms of salary being at a particular structure, it was a healthy debate. Okay, they call it what the bill name say the decent white eye,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
the issue of the salary component of it. There must be a standard salary across. I remember very well. We took a fight on the floor. It went at 50-50, and I led that fight. Okay, at the end of the day, we succeeded in passing the decent weather act to afford at least some decent living to all people. That's why in the State of the Nation address, because of that bill, Okay,
Mhm.
the president made a clear-cut statement about people who make certain amount of money below. Okay, there should be increment up to the standard of the decent white eye.
Okay.
Okay, we stood even, for example, the domestic violence bill.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
I stood in the vanguard in the forefront. We never had a vote on the floor. I fought to start the process of killing that bill on that day. It was a proper debate. A lot of people were all there. I started that process. I appealed to our colleagues that we should have more time. We shouldn't take the vote on the floor. And subsequently, when we lobbied our colleagues into it to pass the Domestic Violence Act, we stood tall in that direction.
Okay.
So there are things that we've taken, okay, in the supreme interest of the masses. Not just putting, I don't want to talk about how much I spend on school fee, how much I do this. In fact, tomorrow may be medical day. Sir Joseph and I will be working in district number 8, hopefully. Okay, hopefully it's tentative. Let me just say tentative. Tentative, so they can say instead. But hopefully tomorrow could be medical day in district number 8. You know, there's no clinic almost. 98% of clinics and hospital in the district have contributed.
And that that is what bulk of the folks will be interested, because all of what you've listed the past minutes are issues you've been doing.
But that's my function
on the floor. Yeah, I mean, it's part of your 3 cardinal responsibility. That's the lawmaking aspect. Let's come to oversight. You're basically not supposed to take your personal money to do these things. What's the status of health? For example, you just talked about health.
Once you know health, the health issue is challenging, and there's some improvement.
Okay,
at least since under the WIA-led administration, the 2 major health centers in our district have now gone out of jobs.
Okay.
The Sodium Health Center and the Slipway Health Center. I must commend the government for that.
The people are listening. Those who use those places are listening.
No, I'm telling you. Okay, the government usually supply them.
Okay.
Not only that, I renovated 2 health centers from my pocket. The Slipway Health Center. In fact, I think your journalists follow me. They're very Slipway.
Okay.
You can go there and you give them a portable generator or 5 kVA generator to budget their efforts. Okay, and my friends who have to support the diaspora, the bill, okay, the diaspora on dual citizenship, they also took some beds there, okay, to help the people because of my role that I play.
So the two public, I mean,
no, that one. The second one is that besides that, the ACFI in Bush Quarters, okay, it's private. You go there, you can take your microphone. Maybe some of them listen to the call. We renovated that place and also gave them a generator.
A private facility.
Yeah, it's a private facility. In fact, the ACFI people are very excited about that. And even when I went to the school recently, I guess because they reiterated that and appreciated that. Okay, then the Sodium Health Center, okay, I did not renovate it. The reason is simple. We placed them in the budget twice now. Okay, and we consistently reach out to the Ministry of Health. I'm excited that at least we had in place in the national budget. And because those other areas were not placed in the national budget, so we decided to take on our own initiative to help them in that direction.
Okay.
So I'm speaking facts. I'm not speaking opinion. Okay. But now, one of the reasons also that I so desire to contest is to have a one-stop area, a one-stop area. And that area, hopefully, will still be the old maternity center on Captain Babas. Well, we can merge these health centers into one, okay, and maybe have a hospital and a bigger one right here at the maternity center.
You're saying are you saying that because you want a third term?
No, I've said that before.
Okay.
No, I've said that like a year ago. No, I'm not saying it because I don't even want to divulge my strategy. I don't even want to say why I want to run.
Okay.
But I know you have gone there. I just trying some other things. But yeah, we still have challenges in the sanitation area, in the health area. So I am excited that the biggest, most refined, beautiful recreation center by national government is being constructed.
The Unity Park.
The Unity Park.
Okay.
And that Unity Park, the president has assured me, okay, along with the Minister of State or portfolios, that gradually the Sodium issue will be resolved gradually. I'm not saying automatically. And that has been one of our biggest.
You're talking about the sanitation situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is one of our biggest challenges in the district. It's been year out, even before I became lawmaker. It takes millions of dollars to do that drainage that run from Nipo Street behind the U.S. Embassy, the new U.S. Embassy, all the way to coming Macklin Street, Nipo Street, Randall Street, Lane Street. You can name all them, Johnson Street, going all the way down to the Busia Quarters community.
Mhm.
So I'm somehow excited about that. But it's a gradual process. I'm not saying this year will be done.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, before somebody go and misquote me.
Okay.
So that has been the big challenge.
What
That's been the big
what have you done from the educational, sector? Of recent, we know you went to the campus to do lunch with students. Beyond that, what have you done?
I'm one of the lawmakers that have the highest number of students on my personal scholarship. I don't want to just a scholarship, financial.
What kind of
benefits.
schools? What kind of schools are you sending the
There's
kids
no college, there's no university.
to? Mhm.
Let me repeat.
Okay.
There's no university that runs from Central Monrovia and
Mhm.
before you cross the bridge
Okay.
and all the way to let's say Congatown. Okay, that I don't have students in. You go to Stars, I have students in Stars. You go to Smart, I have students in Smart.
Mhm.
You go to UMU, I have students in UMU. You go to AME University, I have students in AME University. You go to AME Zion University, I have students in AME Zion University. You go to Stella Maris
Mhm.
Polytechnic,
Okay.
I have students there in
Mhm.
Stella Maris. Okay, I have students in the University of Liberia. We're not paying tuition normal, okay, at the University of Liberia, but they have activities fee of $2,500. Okay, similarly, I have students in the two public schools, government schools, major senior high schools, Top Maya and GW. In fact, I thought that Top Maya and GW gets they're not paying tuition again,
Mhm.
but they have all small activities fees who help in that direction. Okay, at Monrovia College, I have students in Monrovia College. I have students at SD. Okay, I have students in JJ Ravers.
Okay.
Okay, I have students in ACFR, for example.
Mhm.
I have students in Free Pentecosta, for example. I have students in Raleigh Market, for example, going to school
Mhm.
in Raleigh Market. In fact, we had a challenge. The students will place all of the classroom. I just make the payment of the rest of the money. So I have students across in elementary schools. I can name most of them. Junior high, elementary, FMRE, for example.
Mhm.
I have students there. So I have students across. I pay nothing less than $40,000. Some communities I go to, I look for 15 kids and say this semester, not every semester now. I say, just send 15 of them there since they are out of school and maybe the parents can pick up for their own. So some of the communities, I could name few. Okay.
Mhm.
I did that down 10th Street, for example.
Okay.
I did that to God Bless You community between the foreign ministry and the UN headquarters.
Mhm.
I also did that on Paris Street, for example. I did that in Sodinwin, for example, and other areas. Okay, even Basel community, I did that. I did that in Rock Spring Valley, for example,
Okay.
and some other areas.
Mhm.
So I have students. My students are now only in district number 8. Some people from different communities who have some challenges
Mhm.
will come to me and I will help them. So it's my nature to send children to school. It's my nature to teach kids. It's my nature to contribute to the educational sojourn of our country. So that is part of my nature.
Mhm.
Okay, it's not about politics. It's not even getting into politics because
Okay.
I've been a classroom teacher before
Mhm.
and I've taken care of a lot of students across the country, even before becoming a member or an associate of any political institution in this country.
I mean, that's a bit incredible, but
You know what happens to me? You'll be shocked. When I go into some communities, some parents will come and say, hello. And they'll go say hi. They say, oh, I get my son in school. It happens to me almost every day we go out
okay.
into the communities. I don't know them.
Okay.
I don't know the parents.
So
I
how
have-
do you do the vetting?
How do we do the vetting? We do the vetting 2 ways. Some people on the basis of academic output, like
Mhm.
if I become a guest speaker to a school, for example, sometimes,
Mhm.
and then we look for maybe the 2 or 3 best students,
Mhm.
okay, especially the ones that are graduating sometimes the one that still remain in the school. Sometimes we look for the best female
Mhm.
and the best male student in the school.
Okay.
We don't stop there. And on need basis, for example, people come to my office. Wednesday come to my office, not this Wednesday because we are closed. The highest number of persons that go to Capitol Building to visit lawmaker is at my office Wednesdays. The whole place jam packed. People say, how do you manage? I try to talk to almost everyone. If I cannot talk to them, I will tell them I'm unable to talk to you. And they don't only come from district number 8. So sometimes you will see some people you will know. Okay, you're ready feed their birds. For example, a lady came from Nima
Mhm.
and said that they wanted to take her case from her.
But that's part of the community engagement.
No. Yeah.
And,
No.
and you receive 30,000 for it.
Now you come to community engagement.
Yeah.
My community engagement, what did I do on 2 separate locations?
Mhm.
One of those engagement, we had a soccer tournament. I spent $26,000.
Was it important?
No, it was important.
Soccer tournament?
No, I will tell you why it was important.
Why was it important?
It was important not because we just wanted to play soccer and keyboard.
Uh-huh.
It was important because we wanted to encourage them to go to school. So the vast majority of the captains, excuse me,
you
the
needed,
vast,
you needed to play football to
no,
send
the
people to
vast,
school?
some, yeah, it's part of the activities.
Okay.
Okay, no, the activities.
Okay.
Okay, you have people in different categories.
Uh-huh.
No, even in the Great United States of America, they sponsor people to give them scholarship. When you're a good soccer player, schools look for you.
Mhm.
Okay, and pay your school fees.
Mhm.
So it's no debate.
So you spent $26,000 to organize.
No, not just organize.
Okay.
And help to pay tuitions for those who we got the names. I know some people delay,
Mhm.
and some of them say, "Oh, I was saying." I said, "Did you send your listing on time,
Mhm.
or was the captain?" Because our argument was that the captains, they were like 50 some
Mhm.
of them,
Okay.
captains and the MVP, 50 some person.
Mhm.
Okay, I think it's 54, 56. Okay, and we said that the captain should be from the district. There should be people who live in the district, not just soccer, but even kickball.
Okay.
So we had an elaborate awareness, not just soccer awareness, but also educational awareness.
Mhm.
Okay. You see, let me tell you something today. You don't know. When I had some exceptions in the absence of being a lawmaker, for example. Why would you want to sponsor a pageant, for example? I have some exceptions.
Mhm.
I must be frank with you.
Mhm.
Some things, what would you want to do it? But you see, in every district, they have different categories of people. Your voters,
Mhm.
some of them have different talents. I'm telling you a true story.
Mhm.
And then when I saw the young girls training, in the first pageant I went to and I saw it, and as a classroom teacher, exactly, they become very studious. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They memorize a lot, they learn a lot.
Mhm.
And I said to myself, no, they have to go to school.
Okay.
Everyone have to go to school. So in the last program we had, we didn't just give awards, but every one of them that participated, they are in school as I speak to you. I think my research as I speak to you, and maybe 2 or 3 in AMU.
Mhm.
Okay, but every one of them was a mandate.
Okay. That they go to school.
That I pay tuition as long as I'm a lawmaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at your oversight responsibility. Your district is in the heartbeat of the the country's capital. Bulk of the streets in central Monrovia are normally dark at night. The president recently instituted this had this initiative of lighting up Monrovia. The street lights are off. I've been to Capitol Bypass on several occasions. Most of the places, no street lights. The streets are dark. It has become, an environment where crimes are being committed because not many job has been done by the LEC or people who supposed to provide electricity, to light the areas up. What have you done?
No, but the thing is clear.
What?
And the record is clear. When, for example, the president was talking about electricity
Mhm.
and making commitments in terms of street lights,
Mhm.
when the opposition were crying and they were saying, "Oh, where you would take the money from, but it had to be budgeted for." When that budget came to us,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm.
I raised the motion.
No,
excuse me.
it's not about the general.
No,
budget on
hold
the
on.
floor.
Just hold on now.
Uh-huh.
No, you gotta hold on. You gotta understand the historicity.
Mhm.
LEC doesn't just take money on the pavement.
Okay.
No. Let be clear on that.
Mhm.
So there must be a source of funding.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it went to the house.
So excuse me.
Mhm.
So yes, the concentration was mainly on many parts of rural areas that I've never seen streetlights before.
Mhm.
Okay. We've had streetlights, for example, on Capitol Bypass and some other areas. And I must concede to you that streetlights are now all over in our places.
Mhm.
Okay. So what we need to do, we need to add more money in that direction, like we did with Stood Friendly.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
To make sure that's why you remember people say Gray Rose the motion and say 4G. There were a few things in our budget, okay, that I stood for.
Mhm.
I think that was the recast budget, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. The issue of RRA electrification was there.
Mhm.
The issue of $1 million for the street case,
Mhm.
the ones you call the Zogo to jumpstart the process.
Okay.
Okay. So no, you say my oversight, my responsibility. Now, what are you saying?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So my duty and function, the MCSS had something like $500,000
Mhm.
there in that recast.
Mhm.
So MCSS has the highest number of schools in my district.
Okay.
So I led a cardinal fight and debate to ensure that happened. Is the government doing well in terms of electricity? Yes, the
Mhm.
government is doing extremely well.
Mhm.
Raspberry Valley, right here.
Mhm.
Okay, right back here, where I grew up since '92, there was no electricity in Raspberry Valley. The president ensured under his administration that electricity is there today.
Mhm.
I know the hydro had issue of rationing current during the dry season,
Mhm.
especially we all know the facts, so we cannot run away from the facts.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we must encourage LEC. We must consistently have a conversation with them, okay, because there are 1 or 2 areas states have challenge
Mhm.
of electrification, not just street light
Okay.
in our district. When I became lawmaker,
Mhm.
about 70% of our district never had electricity. So then we never had electricity.
Which is
Capital
correct.
Bypass never had electricity.
Uh-huh.
So the first communication I wrote, communication I wrote in 2012
Mhm.
was the issue of electrification and reminding President Sirleaf of the 6 months commitment she made to electrify Monrovia. In fact, there was a moment that Mama Didakite interviewed me.
Mhm.
Okay, that was in, if I'm mistaken, it was in 2016. Okay, and I was very clear about the government failure to install the turbine as planned. That the then Minister of Lands, Mines, and Energy, Sandodo,
Mhm.
Minister Sandodo, had to call on that issue because I was very clear and I was vehement about that.
Okay.
So I stood my grounds consistently. In fact, many of these roads were not paved. Many of the roads in District Number 8 were not rehabilitated. I think we have two challenges of road pavements: the Slippery Road and the Southern Road. And the reasons are very clear. That if we pave that road, talking to the people that last night, I said, yeah, we want the road to be paved. But if we pave that road, we're going to break, I think it's a 6 feet from the main road. Okay.
Mhm.
Just how they did to Joe community.
Mhm.
We're going to do the same because the homes cannot be on the drainages. Do we want to do it during the rainy season time? Do we want to do it when we don't have alternative? Because the government is not going to pay people for that.
Okay.
The road was already done before the Johnson Street Road. People that live near the road, they were paid
Mhm.
for that. So they didn't do that. But we must have a conversation with our people. Because some people go up and say, oh, the poor people, for the poor people, they break the shop down. That our depends things. So we got to be a little bit careful. I know people, the opponents are running with that. But bet me, they cannot pave those rules automatically if a serious conversation is not here and some homes will be broken and people will be dislodged.
Did you get the
So
people involved in all of what you're saying?
I've spoken to the community chairpersons about that.
Okay.
It has to take time. And I will be clear with you.
Mhm.
I don't feel satisfied people breaking down people's homes now.
Okay.
No, I don't feel satisfied about that.
What-
The drainage will have to be rehabilitated and constructed. Okay. That a lot of business people around that area.
What about advocating for something to be allotted to the
It's
victims?
almost impossible because
Why?
the reason simple, like I said to you initially,
Uh-huh.
it's not a new rule. That be clear.
Mhm.
But the government is constructing a new rule, expanding where the government never had initial plan, then they will pay the people. But there's not expansion. There's what existed and people encroach
Okay.
as a result of the civil crisis.
Okay.
Yeah. There's the difference between that. When you encroach, the government cannot pay you for encroachment.
I don't want to be personal, about some of your colleagues, but there are instances where we see some lawmakers take the remote at night and they're putting on street lights in their districts. What's happening to you with reference to that?
When you say some of them, my district has a different outlook from some of the districts across the country. They'll be a little bit careful now.
Mhm.
Okay. They one of the first districts to have the highest number of transformer, that District Number 8.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we got to be a little bit careful
Mhm.
of what we say
Mhm.
because some of those areas that some of our colleagues, I don't want to frown on my colleagues,
Mhm.
they are putting street lights. Some of the areas don't have, so some of the areas are like rural.
Mhm.
Rural. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Some of the areas don't even have
Mhm.
wires going there, the electricity going there.
Mhm.
Okay, so I don't want to speak to that about my colleagues. No, I don't want to be speaking of the demeaning manner.
Okay.
It was a political opponent. I would deal with that decisively. Yeah.
Bulk of the people who are against you, Honorable Gray, having too many issues, some of which you've addressed. But let's go over to your political party. I see you in the CDC regalia. Did somebody take you to the CDC?
I walked to the CDC headquarters.
Listen to this. Did you walk to the CDC headquarters or somebody took you to the CDC and made you a member of the CDC?
Just play what you want to play. I'll respond to that.
If I should inform you, the
Mhm.
man seated here today, Rufus Nube, is a founding member of the CDC.
Okay.
And I recruited Mr. Akaras and a lot of young guys to the CDC
Mhm.
as youth representative on Chairman Ryan.
Mhm.
This is not the pillow we laid. So Akaras and a lot of young guys to the CDC, only member of the CDC.
Okay.
And I recruited Mr. Akaras and a lot of young guys to the CDC
Mhm.
as youth representative on Chairman. To inform you, the
Mhm.
man seated here today, Rufus Nube, is a founding member of the CDC.
Okay.
And I recruited Mr. Akaras and a lot of young guys to the CDC
Mhm.
as youth representative on Chairman Ryan.
Mhm.
If I should inform you, the
Mhm.
man seated here today, Rufus Nube, is a founding member of the CDC.
Okay.
And I recruited Mr. Akaras and a lot of young guys to the CDC
Mhm.
as youth representative on Chairman Ryan.
You just listened to Ambassador Newville. Did he take you to the
You know,
CDC?
it's sad. It's very sad.
What's sad about it? Somebody
No,
took you
no,
to
no,
the
okay.
party that you're boasting
No,
about today.
just hold on now.
Uh-huh.
It's very sad.
Why?
The formative stage of the CDC, Rufus nowhere around. Now, when the CDC even moved on to the Congo town,
Mhm.
Rufus Novell was nowhere around. He was absolutely zero.
Somebody just told
around.
me he's listening.
No, he can listen.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just telling you, it was zero around.
Uh-huh.
I will say this to you, and I actually didn't want to talk about Novell. To be frank with you, it's sad. I actually didn't want to talk to him.
What's sad about it?
Let me say this to you.
Mhm.
The first person that contacted me about CDC was from the United States of America,
Okay.
Samuel D. Toy.
Samba Toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, let me tell you the first person that contacted me about the CDC.
When was that?
Samuel D. Toy. That was 2004-5.
Okay.
2004.
Mhm.
In fact, not even 5. You know, the next person that spoke to me about CDC in Liberia, the EPS director, Choco.
Wow.
You'll be shocked. The EPS director,
Mhm.
the first person. I used to teach, I used to teach students the home teaching.
Okay.
So I want to teach one day somewhere, and he saw me as a brilliant young man. He started talking about it. That time, President Weah has not even come to Liberia on the CDC issue. Okay, he has not even come to Liberia. Let me tell you this. I work with Representative Novell as administrative assistant.
Mhm.
I don't want to go into the exigency. One day we'll talk about that. I remember vividly, one day, Representative Novell said he was going to Bombay County to Richard Devine
Mhm.
to meet his friend.
Okay.
And then the special assistant, Augustin Lamy, Representative Novell and I, when we crossed Port Royal Bridge, and then when we crossed the bridge, we got there. While we're waiting for Richard Devine, Councillor Sherman arrived in a full campaign regalia.
Councillor Vernon Sherman.
Yeah, in 2005. At that time, the CDC was not even funded.
Okay.
The CDC was not. It was just in the formative stage.
He must have been the head of the Liberian
Action Party by then. Yeah, and
Okay.
then when he came, I saw him with a lot of campaign materials and other things. That was far away from even CDC registration. CDC was just in the formative stage.
Mhm.
So I said, Novell, what Councillor Sherman is doing? He said, Devine is coming. He said, oh, I said, but I can't go. I got to get in a taxi and go back. We're in a Cherokee. I remember that very well.
Mhm.
I said, I can't go. I said, because the man is pre-campaigning. I see on the campaign paraphernalia, foot
Mhm.
paraphernalia. So Labin talked to me. I think Councillor Sherman realized that there was a little conversation on that.
Mhm.
Okay, and because he was standing a little distance when I was talking.
Mhm.
So Rufus went and talked to him and came back. And then we drove to Bombay. On our way to Bombay, almost every village, there was a stop. And Councillor Sherman will speak to the people and give his flyers all and give them a little thing. He rather started campaigning.
Mhm.
early. So when we came to Monrovia, I told Representative Novell that I felt betrayed. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, no, because that was not my goal. I was not even thinking about that
Mhm.
because we perceived that we're going to visit Devine.
And later,
Later,
you started
it-
campaigning for.
Later,
Councillor Sherman.
later it was, he was involved into it. So what I did, in fact, I issued a statement on
Mhm.
pre-campaign activities.
While you were a staff in his office.
Yeah,
Okay.
I issued a statement.
Mhm.
And the Inquirer published it, the Inquirer newspaper. Further, we said, published it that Councillor Sherman were involved into pre-campaign activities. So when I wrote a letter of resignation, okay, and I went to the CDC in the formative stage, and Mobile Model and I became close friends, and I gave him all the pieces of documents.
Was the press statement you issue a problem in the office of
Yeah, it became a problem
of an
because he was doing
officer?
business with Councillor Sherman. I
Okay.
remember he took what on the 20,000 for Councillor Sherman
Mhm.
and claimed that he could have surrounded the entire youth community to Councillor Sherman.
Okay.
And I told Boyka Jaliba, who was behind Councillor Sherman, I think he was the younger candidate that ran in 2005
Mhm.
from LAB. I think he was the youngest in Liberia, if I'm mistaken,
Okay.
in Vartan era.
Mhm.
And I told him, I said, Nova is being deceptive. He doesn't go to Councillor Sherman with his license plate on his car because everyone riding Cherokee. So he will go to Councillor Sherman with all the license plate. So I told him, if Rufus was really supporting Councillor Sherman, let him put a license plate because I know he was doing business with Ellen Johnson Sally by then.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was with Bronskin, in fact, he was with friends of Bronskin. And he felt more sophisticated.
So
and
he
big.
had three different
Yeah,
political
no, he was with
alignment.
Bronskin initially, the
okay.
friends of Bronskin.
Uh-huh.
And when he became representative, youth representative, Bronskin had a problem with him because he could not go there again.
Mhm.
I remember one time we had a conversation in the office and he said, my man, I represented now. Why the councilor can visit me? And I said to him, but the councilor, I know he's a political figure. I mean, you were with friends of Bronskin.
So let's go back to the CDC issue.
So let me tell you now.
Mhm.
So I went and I joined the CDC
when you resigned from his office.
Yeah, I was affiliating already with the CDC, and I officially declared my membership
Mhm.
with the CDC. That's when Mobile Model had an auxiliary group that used what I had in my possession and went to the National Elections Commission, and then they sued Vanishman, and Model won that case
For pre-campaigning.
for pre-campaign activities.
Okay.
And Model won that case.
Mhm.
So nobody had called me one day. I like to keep relationship. So I had a conversation. In fact, I called him. I said, Representative Nova, I think you need to join the CDC. I said, because when you join the CDC, we calculating our people will vote one way, and I think you can win. You're a young man in your future.
Okay.
We sat right in front of your house on Capitol Hill, right in front of
But
the
then it
Capitol
was a
building.
transitional government.
Yeah, the NTLA time.
Okay.
Okay. So that was 2005.
Mhm.
So I said, we will take you to the CDC. So I had a meeting with Orisha Gu. He was the organizing committee chairman,
Mhm.
but then initially of the CDC.
Okay.
So I had a meeting with Orisha Gu. I had a meeting with the youth, a lake, headed by the then Joshua Saki, okay, and the other people. And then I introduced Rufus Novea Musu Spot to the organizing committee chairman of the CDC, Orisha Gu.
Mhm.
And that's how come we had a program on the grounds of the CDC, and Rufus officially joined the CDC. That's how I took him to the CDC. And we didn't stop there.
So who's
In a
who-
district,
who's
in a
who-
district,
who's taking
in a
who?
district, now, excuse me. I mean, some people just talking. In a district
Uh-huh.
where you were contesting, there was one Warity, Cameron Warity,
Okay.
who was the first person to have run on the CDC ticket in 2005. Cameron, right on Paris Street there.
Okay.
You can go and make your research. So Fina Bono was the Women League chairman. Okay, Ambassador Fina Bono.
Okay.
So she was in a top line support of Cameron Rarity. I took Rufus Novea to her place one night and said, look, this is a favorable candidate. I think he's more marketable at this critical juncture.
You did that.
Yeah. I'm calling him so he can place in a call and talk to them.
Okay.
So I said, I think he's more marketable. Okay. And let's saw him. And maybe when we win the 2005, or we could talk that Kemo could become an assistant minister of the government in 2005. Kemo Warity. His brother ran against me in 2011. I mean, we ran against Rufus Novea in 2011, every one of us.
Okay.
So I'm giving you prima facie. So Benjamin Doe was the district coordinator. In fact, when we went to Bentor,
Mhm.
okay, I led that support. I asked Kemo. I had a conversation with Kemo Rarity. I said, you don't have to go to the primaries. So they talked to you, and then he backed off from the primaries and Novea run unopposed to the primaries. And then that's how he ran on the ticket of the CDC. Then I got elected as the first elected National Secretary General of the CDC.
Mhm.
They were organizing committee members,
Mhm.
organizing
Mhm.
in a formative state. So if you go to the CDC documents at the National Elections Commission, you know what we call the OC, the organizing committee members of the CDC. I was not a member of the OC.
Okay.
Yeah, but I became the first elected Deputy Assistant Secretary General in
Was he
in Buchanan.
was he a member of the OC?
No, it's not possible. I say the OC was established even before Novea came to CDC. So it's not argument. I'm telling you the story. You know, it's shocking.
So he didn't recruit you.
I can Rufus recruit me. Rufus lived with me 3 months on Randall Street. So I recruited Rufus Novea to become
No,
youth
no, no,
representative.
no, Honorable Gray. I mean, we were discussing CDC and you moved to live.
No, but I'm telling you how come you're talking about. No, I'm telling you that even before the CDC was established in 2002,
Ambassador never lived with you.
on Randall Street. On Randall Street, I lived behind Power Tech.
Are there people to attest to what you're saying?
Many persons. Many persons.
Behind Power Tech on Randall Street.
Yeah, Power Tech, that's why he was stopping. And then we made him youth representative. And then when he became, his dad came to my house that day. I remember very. In fact, I led the process. I organized everybody.
His father.
His biological father, I didn't know him. You know, I have a lot of kids I don't know their parents.
You're referring to Rufus as a kid?
I graduated 3 years before Novea from the University of Liberia.
That's not the issue.
No, he's not.
Are you
No,
referring
now
to
the
him as
same age. I
okay.
said I took care of a lot of kids, not necessarily him.
okay?
But no, I thought I brought him. In fact, let me tell you,
Mhm.
they also refused to vote for Novea. I spoke to Patrick Mbayo. I spoke to Darlington Smith.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm giving names.
Mhm.
By that time, the voting population was cut across LINSU, that is the student groupings.
Mhm.
You had the University of Liberia.
Mhm.
You had AME University. You had, so if I'm not mistaken, I spoke to them. I spoke to Dopo, Representative Dopo.
Francis Dopo.
Francis Dopo from AMU.
Mhm.
I spoke to Henry Luke from AMU.
Mhm.
I think he was the student representative. I spoke to Augustine T. Lamy from AMU. I spoke to Baka Jaliba in other organization.
The Baka Jaliba
the current Baka Jaliba
of the Unity Party.
of the Unity Party.
Okay.
I spoke to Mo Ali Pajon Bayo than the rest of the guys. They said they're not going to support Nuvea. For him, for same. I from Studa, even my Studa friends got verse with me.
Mhm.
I Franco Grant, who was the COS honor ambassador. We are 2014 when he became senator.
Mhm.
Okay, Franco Grant.
He's currently at City Hall.
Said, call him and ask him. Okay. In fact, they let Lauren Rano or the one who read the petition statement because I taught Lauren Rano in SDA with Dr. Alvin Nando, okay, the only neurosurgeon, Liberian neurosurgeon on the ground
Mhm.
up to now. Okay. So, I don't love to talk these things. Ingratitude is something that you should never do. I didn't even want to run a representative. I've been blunt with you, Ambassador. We are who made me to run a
And that is where the next question is coming. You just mentioned ingratitude, and I think you were referring to Honorable Nuvea. But the folks are saying you are the one who showed the honorable ingratitude when you choose to run against him in
No,
2011.
but the first thing is that like I said, if you go back to the historicity of things that I've said with me, you represented. I'm talking to the CDC. Okay, he violated the principles of the movement. He felt more sophisticated than the party.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
The party is supreme. You don't challenge the authority of the party. Okay. When especially you are in the wrong, you send people on the party ground to cause chaos. His colleagues remove him as chairman of the CDC Legislative Caucus. The lawmakers themselves. I think there was 16 or 17 of them.
But then were you still in the office or you are already resigned?
No, I'm talking about CDC now. That time there was no interim government.
Okay.
No. The interim government was for 2 years.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I left. I resigned.
Okay. So
Okay.
you left with the
Yeah, that was the interim government time. At the point in time, I left.
Okay. So you did not work the first term of his
No. What first thing?
I mean
When he got elected?
Ellen's first term,
No, I don't work with him
you didn't work with him
at all.
Okay.
No. When he got elected?
Okay.
No.
In 2006,
No. We never worked.
you were not there.
No.
Okay.
I never had interim government.
Uh-huh.
No, the thing he's talking about administration was the interim government time.
Okay.
No, Honor Ellen, no.
Okay.
I couldn't have.
So
done it.
then in 2010, according to you, he started to disrespect the political party.
If they respect the party leadership, disrespected the political leader of the party.
Mhm.
His colleagues had a meeting. There was a called meeting. Called Tokpa Mobile is the deputy speaker. Edward Ford, though he may have some problem with me, call him and ask him. It was Edward Ford in our meeting who said, it represented Edward Ford,
Mhm.
who said you have to apologize to the stand-up bearer. You have to apologize to your colleagues.
Ambassador Weir.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to apologize. And he refused.
He refused.
And he got suspended
Mhm.
because the suspension was very clear
Okay.
that he remained suspended until he apologized.
So of all of the people in the district, why it had to be you to contest against your former boss?
Let me say this to you.
Mhm.
I was the best face in the district.
Okay.
Redeemed the institution. A very popular young man that partisans could almost put their life on the line for.
Mhm.
I've made unprecedented sacrifices for the institution. The party and the stand-up bearer believe that I will have made a stronger representation in the House of Representatives.
Mhm.
I will fight in the supreme interest of our institution manifesto.
Mhm.
Okay, I never compromise. I was battling, I was straight up fighting for the CDC and its people. I'm very clear about that. I compromised a lot of things in the history of this country. Records are public. I didn't just go to jail because I walked to the prison cell. I almost got executed by President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. There was an instruction passed that I should be shot on sight once I resist arrest. I don't love to think about November 23rd, 2011. I don't love to think about that. Okay, it's beyond us. But I took a strain. Even when I got elected, I was still fighting for my party. I'm not like other lawmakers, sometimes I'm sorry to say, in the past who got elected on the party ticket, neglected the institution, did not stand with the party, didn't go back on the party ground, were not party discipline, for example.
Mhm.
I stood every grounds in the history of my life. That's why I'm benefiting everything that I stood for in the history of
So
this
when
country.
it was thrown to you, you didn't have a second thought.
No, in fact, guess what? It was surprising. I went to voter register that day.
Okay.
And then I received the call, and then the president said, declare that you're running.
Ambassador Weir, but then
Yeah.
okay.
He said, declare that you're running. In fact, I remember very well because you know that Rufus Nuvea had lived with me around. So he knew the history. So he told him, he said, you challenged me, I'll make your own house, your roommate to be you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I remember Alomisa, I said, oh, I want to run, Then Alomisa, called me on the side afterwards. She said, you are a good person. Yeah, don't do it.
In 2011, Ambassador Nuver referred to the place you were living as one room. Is it the one room he was living with you in?
No, we're living he was on with me on Randa Street.
Randa Street.
Yeah. It was during the period that we're making him to become youth representative. The only reason why some of did not run as youth representative, I graduated December 19. Okay. And the Accra Peace Agreement was concluded in 2003.
Okay.
So I wasn't a student, I wasn't a youth. The agreement said a youth and a student. So I was a youth, but I wasn't a student.
Okay.
And I was selfless. I didn't go for somebody who was my extreme personal friend.
So the one room he mentioned in 2011 was not the Power Tech room.
Now I live beyond Power Tech. No, when he said, after I came back to my place on Capitol Bypass.
Okay.
Okay, because 2003 the rockets were coming from the cross, falling, so we had to leave Rasping Valley. Okay, so when he said you live in one room, I just smiled, and then my response was very clear and calm. During that debate, I said to him, Nouvelle, you're in a house with your mother. Okay. And you have one room there. So in our whole house, how many rooms do you live in? In our one room, yeah, I also live in the house, but I live in one room. So everybody here living in one room. So what's the debate about one room? Everybody just laugh about that.
And it was in the same one room, according to you. He lived with you for three months.
No, I'm saying not on Bypass. I said Randa Street. Okay. No, it was not the same place when the debate started. I have migrated back to Capitol Bypass to our place. The war has subsided. That was far beyond 2002.
So the structure on Randa Street was
renting.
Was it a room or an apartment?
It's an apartment. I was renting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it
sitting room and a room?
Sitting room and a room.
Yeah.
So the both of you shared the.
I said no, sleep in the room with me.
He's listening. he may be tempted to call.
If you want you to call, you can call. But let me tell you this: when you're hiring, you didn't call me, and I think we're unfair.
Okay.
No. Let me well. Every time I come on here, all people say things about me. You will call them. I mean, you will not call me.
Okay.
But you need to say the truth. I can show you the place right behind Power Tech. I can show you the place.
If we get down today, will you show us the?
Right behind Power Tech. Just go there and ask the people whether I lived there before. Right behind Power Tech.
And he spent 3 months with you.
Yeah.
In that area.
In that area, because we were in fact making him to be, the youth representative. The youth representative.
I mean, there is something common among young people. Sometimes they put the rent together.
I will share. No, man. Boss, I don't want to talk much here. But from the time that I was in high school in this country, I've always had my friends with me from Rock Spring Valley, that popular records. Okay, I don't even want to talk much. I don't want to call names here. They just be so. You understand? Oh, that's my nature.
Okay.
No. It's my pure nature. I've had a lot of boys living with me in life. It's part of my nature. I'm talking about as far as I was in high school from 10th grade. It's my nature. Okay, but I don't want to say that. Maybe some of the people will call and attest.
So the bottom line, he did not take you to CDC.
No, yeah, but the bottom line, but I just name people that you're friendly with, call Grant. Call Franco Grant. Call Muhammad Ali. Okay, if you get his number, you can call him. Call Paka Jariba. Okay, these are public names that I'm calling. These are young people. Ask them how Rufus Nouvelle became youth representative. Call Francis Dopo. Will tell you. In fact, when Nouvelle became youth representative, I wasn't working with him initially. I wasn't working with him.
Okay.
I went to the office because Hans William. Okay, after Nouvelle attempted to make Hans William.
The Hans William in the injured tobacco case?
Yeah, the injured tobacco case.
Okay.
After I attempted to make Hans William, because the youth were fighting for Ministry of Youth and Sport. I remember Phil Dixon will laugh at Phil. I think Phil was 13 or 14. He said he wanted to be Youth and Sport Minister. Yeah, so he was part of the short listing for vetting. Okay. No, I'm serious about that. And you can call Phil and ask Phil. Phil will tell you that.
Okay.
So listen, I'm calling names to you. So we laugh about it. But then when Nouvelle tried to make hands with them, and then the youth got best. If I remember, the guys from SOUP, the university, they protested against Rufus Nouvelle on Geller Street. They were calling him rogue, and I had to come down to talk to them.
Wow.
Pajon Bayo, them more Ali, than all the guys, and because they felt that he compromised the position for the youth to give it to Hans William. So when that thing happened, Hans back off. I remember Pajon Bayo, then were on air. We had to send Lawrence Randall to stabilize the situation to Lawrence Randall. Okay. And then after that, Hans William said, well, my man, you need to go help your Peking because he's blundering.
Hans told you that?
Yeah. The hands wing me to
That
work.
you needed to go and assist
Yeah, Nouvelle office.
Representative Nuga by then.
Yes.
That he's blundering.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't working there when he became youth representative initially.
So you did not go looking for job.
I don't look for jobs. Look, my friend, I've been satisfied. You know, you don't talk your life story. I don't want to talk it. But you think when I have all the people living with me up to the wall, you think I'll manage it? I'm a man in America since 1986, 88. My family member who every 3 months was sending me stuff, and I was taking care of my friends. I don't have to talk. I don't have to talk much. Enough is enough. Let's go to subject matter. No, enough is enough.
We're gonna go. We're gonna
You
go.
know, you know the one I said people have, and you shock that people have heard about me, but they don't know me. I took before moving from Jalastan. I took Dr. Alvin Doe from his parents in Jalastan in Somerville. I don't talk much.
Wow.
Yeah, you know you shocked. Oh, you know what? You think people just think you just jump into politics and send about political accident. I built a foundation. Long since before even I jump into politics. Long time. So people don't know me. They just say, you know, if you don't, yeah, but I can't that this. But they don't know I can't great. They don't know how I have some of the best students across the world. People that are tutored, that I took care of, people that help some of them travel across the world. They help me, they contribute when they see me when I travel. Sometimes I don't even buy.
Men can talk all.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes I go to talk, I will not talk. I will be the Costa this time. But maybe ask Costa. I ain't Costa. Costa will tell you about me. I don't talk much. Okay? If Costa even got very River break away from the COP thinking that the government will gain your job. Now I'm a River disgruntled today. And I know ANC wants to carry him. Let me tell you this.
Okay.
No. He wants to run on ANC ticket. And I'm with it. He can't. Yeah, and I live here for a very long time. He's done nothing after being a representative in district number 8. Okay, you look at your whole colleague that you're supposed to join together to defeat the incumbent. You call them children. You say they are children. You say none of them get the capacity to defeat me.
He said intellectually they are not.
I can say intellectually one. The guy that father has a master's degree in teaching.
No, having master is not.
Nobody teaching. You can say intellectually he's intellectually potent. And not because you're running against me. You can't say that.
He said he's the only person who is intellectually fit
Nobody, excuse me.
to battle you. That's what he said.
No, listen. You can't say that. You know why you can't say that? Okay? Maybe when you say he has a political experience than the other people, it's a different thing. But to talk about intellectualism, there are people running against me who have master's degree. I respect them for that. Okay? Some of them are professor. I mean, associate professor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you can't just put everyone under the boss like that. When you say you got some political experience, you battle them politically, maybe they don't have the kind of political calorie or standing, then there are different things. But even that is debatable. It's arguable. Okay, for Rufus Nova, that is extremely arguable by those guys. Okay? Yeah, so
we're going to go to the lines very shortly, but one would have thought that, you know, your former boss,
I mean, only few.
Although he slipped, yeah, we're going to go quickly. We're coming to calls.
I got my
yeah, your former boss, although he slipped, 2011 you win, you beat him. 2017, you know, a glorious opportunity came up. You know, the president became president. You became, you know, co-chair on executive. Currently, you are chair on executive. One would have thought that you. One would have thought you would find job for your former boss. You would talk to the president to say, "Look, Mr. President."
No, but on a serious note,
my former boss man.
Talk all. But even Koji,
did you intervene?
No, even Koji been helping in that direction because you know he and Koji used to be very close. The
mayor been helping to find job.
No, the mayor been very. No, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
When you know people talk to me, I also will be saying these things. They say, "Oh, he ran it." I said, "I don't have a problem with Nouvelle." Okay, no personal there. I don't have.
But you said Koji was not working with him.
No, I'm talking about you. I'm saying you were trying for him because they have been together for quite a long time.
Okay.
Before me, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Koji can be ungrateful to represent the Nouvelle.
Okay, so this is not Koji. We're talking.
No. Me, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this to you.
What did you do?
I know, boy. He had to talk to me.
No, it's not about talking.
No, but excuse me. I attempted reaching out. Even when he came on air, no, listen.
You are the one in the leadership.
People must be open to. Yeah, when you make moves, people must be open up enough. Okay, even when he came on air, OKFM, I reached out to him. You want me? I can show the message here now. I can go and share it to you. Also, I won't finish.
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to him. I told him, man, I will not attack you. You understand? I said, I will not do it. I understand the situation. I don't want to go that route with you because I know Nouvelle needs a job. Okay. I told CDC people who've been trying to help, I say there's a good thing for Nuvia to get a job.
So why?
And my advice
Why
would
don't
be,
you expedite?
let me tell you my advice would be, no, I don't expedite. I'm not in the put. I don't tell the president who to.
You are
appoint.
a General Gray.
No.
You
but
have
excuse me,
influence.
If I had a will, then CDC people will get a job.
Okay.
You know, I've been on air for that.
Mhm.
No, don't say that, because you can't just go and just say today give the man a job. You know the story.
Okay.
Yeah, you know the story. So my best advice to Representative Nouvelle, fair enough.
Mhm.
And be very fair. Look, let him come back home
Okay.
and play a significant role with the movement. Okay? Everyone wants a job. Everyone wants to survive. Okay? Government era, political era is Nouvelle best era to be. You understand?
Mhm.
I know he's a lawyer, but he still wants to be very political than being legal. You understand?
Mhm.
That's what he enjoys
Okay.
being. So I would advise him come back home to the institution that you have been talking. Other people been talking to you, Samuel Toy, and other people been talking to you. Come back to the movement, play the meaningful role. Okay, openness will be there. You know, after 2023, 2024, even the cabinet will be dissolved because it's a usual procedure.
Mhm.
Okay, for new appointment, new confirmations.
Mhm.
Okay, come back to the institution. The people, ANC, don't follow Louis Brown, like a veteran from SIM. Okay, Louis himself hustling. Okay, he hustling. What time Louis Brown will eat before you eat? You understand? So come back home,
Mhm.
come to the institution. We're very open. I'm willing to work with him.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm 100% prepared.
Okay.
But I can say this to you.
Mhm.
Okay, decisions making are very important in life. It's good to make a decision, not on your emotion,
Okay.
not on your sentiment, or
Mhm.
because you didn't get it now, you run and make a decision. Come over to your mother's unit. There's the CDC. But I can assure you that nobody going to win their district besides us.
Okay.
My friend, the momentum is high. Even people who are disagree with me, some of the partisans and other people, everyone running back home. Even some of the people that went to the realize that people, they can't win me. So they come by, they say, I'm telling you, I always joke. They say, where were you? Some people are working very, very hard. I say, where you go now? Where you chew your father? Where you chew your brother? Come by and say, I chew you talking. Because the other people, I said, do you want a yeke in district number 8 to be insulting the president all of the time?
Do we have a do we have a replica of Yeke in the district?
The time will come if you decide just to put some other people there.
Okay.
Okay. But I'm just saying to you,
Uh-huh.
okay, if you love the president, you must love the legislature too. Because the president cannot make many decisions with all the legislature all having the majority. That is very clear. Okay? So we cut across. We're talking to people from different institutions. I'm telling you, I thought for many years, I get people who in United Party and they will vote for me in district number 8. They will never let me down because the impact I made in their life. They will never, let me emphasize ever, you don't just say never ever, but never ever would they let an, you see, I'm very calm and my tone,
Mhm.
okay, it's very calm because I'm speaking sincerely and I'm very truthful. I will urge Nouvelle to come home.
Okay.
Yeah, like I urged him in 2005
Mhm.
to join the CDC on that rock in front of a house when we were sitting there that day, and that when he's a young man, he shouldn't destroy his ambition by going to Sherman and other people because they will not win election in this country. He had just gone for 2 years in the interim arrangement. I want to publicly make this appeal to him to come home. The best decision to make politically, if you want to be politically relevant and in the political sphere, come over, come home, come to the CDC.
Okay, we're gonna take our break. We'll come back with the calls. You're right here on 87.9.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the sort of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Stein.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace peace, immorality.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. We have no time on our side. The Honorable Representative Akaras Moses Gray is my guest, and he said all of what he had to say about trending issues in his district. Join us on the conversation. The numbers are 865 500 104 776 104 104. And those of you outside of the country, join us on +231 865 500 104. Let's take the first batch of calls right here, beginning with this person. Where do you join us from? Quickly, let's hear you. Oh my God, let's take this question. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, good morning, KOK.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, KOK.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Tito B2. I am calling from Slayway community.
Go ahead, Peter.
Okay. Well, I'm here in Slayway community currently carrying on a massive awareness for Representative Carol Gray for the numerous contributions towards the district. So I monitor the process. So no need for people who not know the working of the representative in the district.
Okay.
To make arguments.
Thank you.
Currently, the people of the district are jubilating are in high gear for his work that you are doing across the district. So,
Thank you. We leave you. We take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Representative Akawa Gray. Yeah, my brother, it's a company doing for the community around the Battle Rapport.
Go ahead.
I listen to your deliberation well and very composed. Well, where I want my question to you is, what see all the first time voter must start on to meet our leader? Because for the Shefa, but told that one of the final going again. So, what do you think we'll do? What a decision we'll make?
Okay.
We'll stay in that.
He's asking about District 5, the first time voters, in the absence of Honorable Fala. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Colonel Oliver. Thank you.
Quickly, no time.
I remain Peter McCauley, the civil last battle ball calling for District Number 9, Montserrat County, the political officer of the National Response and Defense.
We're talking District 8. Quickly, we're talking District 8.
We're talking District 8, but District 8 is a neighbor to me, so I got to intrude into District 8. But let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
The individual of District Number 8, she's part and parcel of the DNA of all citizens that we are so got to speak. But let me say this. Honorable Gray, before 2019, 2020, 2021, we heard some difficulties, especially of a leadership in District Number 8. It was going down. But when we entered 2022 to 2023, we saw, the district started to transform.
Okay.
From the way in which you were treating, but now I can't get me on the wall, in the corner, in the kitchen of District Number 8, rest in the death file, let the have a bunch of there. And I see the action. So, Honorable Gray, you will retain your seat and make sure fight for the people of District Number 8 and Liberia alive. Thank you very much.
We leave you. We take this person quickly. No time. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. This is Emmanuel Richardson, and I joined the conversation from Upper Carwell.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I would like to say hi to General Gray and Honorable Gray. For some of us, we are clear. It is better we support our own lawmaker, and for us to support people who insult the president on a daily basis. In fact, if you get a lawmaker, like District 10 lawmaker that insult the president and insult all citizens, if we sit there and allow most of the people to go forward, if you feel that you want President we have to succeed second chance, these very people will fight President we are. So the best we need to do in our federal district, let's support our lawmakers to be able to support President we are. Just in case of President we are winning, and we know that President we will win 2023.
Okay.
So we are talking to our friends in District 8. No matter the situation, do not turn away from your own, bro. There are a lot of things happening. We agree that there's one or two things, but we can settle it. The pastor will reach your prayer, and we need to support our own. Thank you, Honorable Gray. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We leave you. We take this international caller. What's your name? Where you join us from?
Yes, good evening, brother. My name is Nakata and Human. I'll call you from Bucharest, Romania.
From Romania, let's hear you, Bucharest.
Yes. Yes, I want to say hi to the Honorable General, Honorable Akawa Moses Gray. I respect Honorable Gray as our general, and because of your consistency, today he became one of our best lawmakers. I can never go Institute and say he brought Honorable Gray. Just imagine because of Honorable Gray consistencies in the party, the shorter period of time. You know, Honorable Gray don't even mention like contested against the old lobby friend. Moluba Gray at the certain Moluba at the certain Secretary General in the Pequeno Convention, and he won Molu. So Rupert Nova should be on radio talking that he brought Honorable Gray to the party. He not brought Honorable Gray. Honorable Gray the one that brought, I can recall, in 2004.
Thank you.
But we
Thank you very much, my brother. Let's take the other international caller. Quickly, where do you join us from? What's your name?
Yeah, thank you, KOK. This is Willem Bro on the line from France.
Willem Bro from Paris. Go ahead, Willem.
Yeah, I think most of what Senior Brother Gray say is true. You know, some of us were mentored by Senior Brother Gray because I remember vividly the era on Randall Street between 2002. We used to visit. I used to see he and Senior Brother Nova there together. Even to the extent that they used to go, the other person will go bath, wait for the other person go and bath. So I think what he said is true. Then also the Rock Spring Valley, I most often used to see, because we used to go there when I was in Moreover College, when Senior Brother Gray used to train on and off for debate and what have you, when we were contesting, I used to see Senior Brother Rufus Newbert down to Rock Spring Valley that he and Gray hold it together. So I'm even astounded why the two friends fell apart. That I can't get over it.
Okay.
So I think the best thing is for Senior Brother Gray and Rufus Newbert to come back home to the CDC, as Senior Brother Gray is saying, for them to handle their differences. It would be a good thing.
Thank you very much, William Broad from France. Let's come back to Liberia and take this question. Go ahead, 1 minute, no time.
Yeah, okay, don't say no time, my bad. I want to my honorable studio. This is my CC. Please, I beg you.
Female general,
this
go
is
ahead.
A female general, yeah. Cheerleader of a member of the sporting. Honorable Gray, let's go for how you do, Papa.
Hi, Mama.
Okay, this is my CC. Thank you for coming in studio. Yeah, okay, in this. No, you see, politics is very bad and dangerous. Hey, dirty. Look, I can't get something in a place that general see his level. I just sit down laughing. That man came in studio. He tell the girl a man. Say a lot of things about that man. Tell him about he says he married him. He wrote this and that. What you say he married him? So I told him that the man work for his money. He can marry anybody with a marriage. So everybody have good life. So don't bring that one. See, if you feel your faith is good, bring it back. But you want that the man flop you and moving from there. Who want to bring you back? And celebrating I cannot break. So for me, the friendship, let's maintain the friendship. When your friend do good for you, don't get it great because of politics. So I cannot blame my brother. I want to talk to you. With a responsive woman. I know to you. Whether we not know.
Okay, you're talking beyond the scene.
Okay. Listen to me.
Go ahead.
My man, I beg you, please. What's that for you? I will get you blow one day. I'll tell you, I'll get you blow one day. Okay, my chief, I beg you. Really responsible. No one to you, the Omale. Oh, going to your office, you can let out to see you. But tell us, we'll tell them, then we'll leave our letter. We can't call. We're begging, but we're taking a lot of latches for you. We're begging.
Okay, all right. It is automatically settled. I think the honorable is listening to you. Let's take this other person from the national line. What's your name?
Hey, okay. Good afternoon.
Go ahead quickly. Then we take the last four from Liberia and go home.
Yeah, thank you, KOK. My name is Lucien, calling from the USA.
Go ahead,
and I want to say thank to Honorable Gray in studio there. You know, KOK, that's what we talk about, the change in leadership in Liberia. You know, a couple of days when Ruben Newell was in studio, I listened to the man. There's a man that was in a position that Honorable Akara Gray occupies right now. And he didn't discuss anything that he did for the people of that district. But coming back to ask the people to put him back to do what? And then he come and talk about the Honorable Gray. You see, Honorable Gray, these are people that bring the change for the generation. Because when you talk about people that give knowledge, teaching, that alone, it should be something that young people should be inspired by. Because somebody that impart knowledge is above everything. That's why you see in America here, people that teach, the people salute them, they honor them, they respect them because they're imparting knowledge. Okay. And these are people that we want in our society because they are making the future leader of our country. So I want to say thank you to Honorable Akara Grace Institute. Thank you so much for the good work you're doing, my brother.
Thank you very much. Quickly, we leave you. We take the last four from Liberia. This person, go ahead, 1 minute. Hello? Go ahead, 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you very much, Cam, and thanks to Honorable Gray for a brilliant, or let's say, elaboration on issues concerning our district. But let me say this: for the recognition, I'm Poka Robert, and I join you from a comfortable resident on the Capital Bypass.
So you're in Honorable Gray's district.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
So I enjoy the hospitality of the working of Honorable Gray. Definitely, yeah, I'm enjoying it. So if I say I'm enjoying the work with me, of this particular medical or it's a disgrace to the public. So that was Buffalo coming with no shame. That actually he used our immunity against us by going dividing the district, by going to homosexual law the district, by going to
those are
let me conclude.
No, you don't have evidence. We will not allow you to say that. No,
because on a great hour today, that issue was put on reconciling the district to the sporting arena. I'm not saying. Let me conclude. Then they went down to the lower district 8 and get upper district 8. So the lower district 8 are the single bill going on outside, and upper district 8 are the Papa PHQ. Then when he had a serious affair on the boss side, to the extent like a serious plastic on the boss ankle. That's what I'm even going to so I call it a serious conversation only because of the leadership of Alcohol Nouvelle.
Okay.
And nothing he said.
Okay.
No, he will come here and say, I take this and left in possession.
Poker Robert, thank you.
It was the instrumentality of Gray today that brought the picture together as one family. Can you come here, chief, and say you can take on a Gray that has thrown a lot of effort in the district? Today is because all of Gray people are using or how to call it or fit to assets.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. We'll leave you. Let's take the last three quickly. This person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute.
Hello, this is Thomas D. Mova from Houghton Avenue.
Houghton Avenue, District 8. Go ahead, Thomas. Quickly, no time.
Yeah, I want to appreciate the lawmaker. He's a general. My concern is, as a general of the CDC, what are you doing along with other generals to ensure that District number 10 has a lawmaker that will not be? I mean, we need to find someone to unseat.
Okay. What are you doing to ensure that District 10 will not have the same situation? This person, quickly.
Thank you, William.
Go ahead, Williams.
I was living in Accra for the first time, and in 2000 the war in Sleway. On great to say if I get there and I will fight it, nobody will take off from here because the war is there, and it's through the ground. It didn't happen. But
You're talking about Slipway.
Yeah, Slipway. I was in Slipway mansion. I can't really tell it. Nobody is there, and the next one it happened. So it's a factor. But what I want to say this evening is that we are teachers and we voted the government. I think I also enjoy as a Liberian. But some of our citizens, brother, have been kicked away and they can tell us nothing will happen to the minister whatsoever. It happened to my agency for Telecom. They point out today, you're not working there. If you put a PRC, when you are a physician, you are delivered as a physician, they will put you out a thing for your job, and nothing is happening. So, why are you poor doing?
Okay.
They put healthy on. Why are you poor doing? Tell me executive.
Thank you.
We are.
Let's take the last caller, then we go home. Go ahead. You're the last person.
Hello, KOK.
You are the last. 1 minute.
Yes, my Orita Do, the personal friend from Chikisu Factory.
Go ahead, quickly.
KOK, first of all, I want to tell you thank you. I want to say hello to Ascala Gray. You see, KOK, I want to tell the people of District number 8, they shouldn't miss Ascala Gray. Ascala Gray is a man, even though many people were saying he did, but this man is a man that they always talk for the party. The man can stand tall in our house. The man can follow a lot of bill for the Liberian people. The man doing his work. They shouldn't make mistake to put another person there while we stand tall, sit back on car to cross president. All that will make development not of course to that area. So I appeal to the people of District number 8. Ascala Gray, I appeal to you. The people in our district, especially that accident at top place that they continue to kill people, children down there. I appeal to you, the same now and actually they are there. Try to meet with them. Ascala Gray, thank you.
Okay.
We the people of money, I know you don't want to see us. So
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. At campaign time, I think. What? She's pre-campaigning. You have pressed me against Councilor Sherman for pre-campaigning.
No, she's not pre-campaigning.
Okay.
Basically,
You listen to the callers.
Yeah, basically,
Mhm.
I want to say that some of the callers called about their own district, like District 5. Once the party goes through a primary,
Mhm.
and whatsoever the party comes up with, we on an obligation to support that person in District number 5. I'm under that obligation to do to the young people in that direction.
Mhm.
I'm also concerned about District number 10.
Okay.
And I see that our people are doing a lot of work in District number 10. But I believe that we can win the district. That's where our headquarters is.
Mhm.
And we must do everything. Okay, not just the district, but we should fight for every district. We went to the legislature, we're 23, 24 in the House of Representatives, all of 70, 30 persons. That number was insufficient to make decisions. We had to fight all the time on the legislative floor to try to recruit other people, bring them on our side. It was a very difficult thing. We need a majority of not less than 49 persons.
Mhm.
37 is majority, but we need an absolute majority of 49. So we're going to crisscross the country. We're going to talk to the consciousness of our people. The second term of the presidency, sometimes the legislature becomes very, very much adamant. But we want our own. If we have our own, the president will definitely succeed. As chairman of the CDC Legislative Caucus, in my capacity, whosoever the party has on the ticket,
Mhm.
I will talk to them. We have our own chat room. We'll fight. We'll talk to our partisans to vote along, not just party line, but talk to other well wishers to support us. But I can say this to you for sure, and say this to you emphatically, that winning is not a choice. It's not just about me. I'm not only concerned about my victory.
Mhm.
I'm concerned in Montserrat County about Sir Joseph victory. I'm concerned about the presidential election in the country.
Okay.
Like the mother said, you touch Akaras, you touch the woman in NCDC. I can tell you this for sure. We'll fight with everything that we have. We'll fight everything, whether socially, politically, or economically. We'll fight within the scope and confines of the law. That's what we do. We'll fight onto the finishing line. Those who think that this country belongs to they and their children and their kid and generation unborn, or only then they are making a sad mistake. President Weah will be re-elected. We're fighting for the first round victory in every county across this country. Not now we're fighting for the first round victory. We're also fighting for all legislative seats in this country. Whether you like it or not, we have to fight. I have to call upon the partisans. We have 15 senators going to elections. We only have 4 senators out of 30. We have to fight to recruit some. We got to go in this battle with everything that we have, because confirmation is done by the Senate. If we don't dominate the Senate, the president will have to compromise with the Liberian Senate for confirmation. We must fight with every weapon we have constitutionally. I'm not talking about weapon of mass destruction.
Mhm.
I'm talking about legal, political weapons, democratic weapons. That's what we do. I want to call seditions across the country, all around the country, not just District number 8. If you have issues with some of your leaders, you have issues with the presidency, you have issues with other areas, it's time that you come back home. There's nowhere like home. That's why I've called on Representative Rufus Nouvelle that there is nowhere like home. It's very clear. I want him to come back home. This, in fact, an olive branch that has been extended to him publicly
Mhm.
by me. Come back home. Nowhere is like the CDC. That's where you belong. To become very political relevant in this country, you have to affiliate with the CDC. That's where you know. That's where we train you. That's where we groom you. That's where we boil you into national political theater in terms of political party politics. I'm not talking about when you're a youth representative.
Mhm.
So let everyone get it straight that we never make the mistakes that we made before. I will go from community to community like the Kodaka, we enslave with. If they all slave with, I will join them. I just came from the field. We'll go from community to community. We'll have 2 more days or 72 hours to climax the voter registration. Nobody must mislead you. Register, tell all your numbers. We must give them the first round victory. Thank you very much. Like I said, I did not come to respond to Representative Nove, but you brought those questions out. And again, I will try to reach out to him, though he blocked me in Messenger.
Okay.
A few days ago, when I sent him a message reaching out to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was not mature enough. Again, if I get his number, I will send a WhatsApp message and I will reach out to him.
Okay.
So, but I guarantee you, I will not attack him.
Okay.
I will reach out to him. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Representative Akaras Moses Gray has been our guest today. We join you on Tuesday, hopefully on Monday. We're taking an Easter break to return here on this platform. Bye-bye from our end.